Going down. Platform.
Central for T1 Western, T4 Eastern Suburbs, Illawarra and Cronulla, T9 Northern, Intercity and Regional New South Wales services, and light rail services. If you're leaving the train at Central and have luggage, a lift is provided at the end of the platform near the front of this train. Thank you.
Please keep your personal belongings with you at all times. If you see unattended baggage, please do not touch it, but notify staff immediately.
Museum. First stop, Museum, then St James, Circular Quay, and Town Hall.
Stretching machine is from Maria. Oh, right, that's 360. That's straight on that was not straight. And there's one of them that I'm sure you came from that's not working at the moment.
Next stop, Museum.
I was doing a few of these the other day and it hurt, so you're still better off than us.
This train will stop at Circular Quay.
Now I just have to find the ferry for Watson's Bay. Anyway, welcome to another episode of My City of Sydney, and hopefully we'll have a good time today. So roll the intro.
'Cause we are one, but we are many, and from all the lands on earth we come, we share a dream, and sing with one voice. I am, you are, we are Australia.
Welcome to Watson's Bay. Watson's Bay sits on the end of the South Head Peninsula and takes its name from the sheltered bay and anchorage on its western side in Port Jackson, Sydney Harbour. It provides views across the harbour to the Sydney Harbour Bridge. The Gap is an ocean cliff on the eastern side with views to Manly and North Head and the Pacific Ocean. The first Europeans arrived at location on the 21st of January 1788 as the first fleet landed and stayed overnight in Camp Cove. A lookout was later built on the cliffs in 1790. The first grant of land of 20 acres was made by Edward Lang in 1793 in the Camp Cove area. Early homes were built for government and military officials working at the local installations. Watson's Bay was named after Robert Watson, 1756 to 1819, formerly of HMS Sirius, when he had to beach his 3 vessels at Camp Cove for many years because of their being potentially sold by the Provost Marshal. Watson was appointed harbour pilot and harbour master of the Port of Sydney in 1811 and the first superintendent of Macquarie Lighthouse in 1816. Watson's Bay remained an isolated fishing village until redevelopment began in the 1860s. The population grew from 3 dozen in 1828 to 122 in 1841. Subdivisions started in the 1850s. After ferry service opened in the 1870s, a number of hotels were opened. Today the Gap is known as a notorious suicide spot.
And this is the famous Doyle's at Watson's Bay. They have great fish and chips.
It's Doyle's restaurant. It's too bloody crowded here today. I might get on the next ferry and head back to Circular Quay and go over to the Botanical Gardens. It's too crazy here. I'll come back another time. See you in a sec. So this is Customs House in Circular Quay. Maybe show you a bit of history on that, but this is the end of part one, this episode. In part two I'll be walking you through the Botanical Gardens.
The first Customs House in Sydney was built in 1800. Its location is presumed to be at or near the spot of the landing and official flag raising on the arrival of the First Fleet in 1788. This event marked the foundation of the colony of New South Wales. The site has been occupied by buildings ever since. The driving force behind the construction of the later sandstone edifice on Circular Quay was Colonel John George Gibbs, the Collector of Customs for New South Wales for a record term of 25 years from 1834 to 1859. Colonel Gibbs persuaded the Governor of New South Wales, Sir George Gipps, to begin construction of the Customs House in 1844 in response to Sydney's growing volume of maritime trade. The building project also doubled as an unemployment relief pressure for sandstone masons and labourers during an economic depression which was afflicting the colony at the time.
Anyway guys, thanks for watching. See you next time. Hooroo.